Hey nerds, welcome to Jared Bear Reacts. In our wrap up of the Vampire Diaries series, at the end of this week, I kind of got recommended this video and I want to give this a shot too. This is called the Vampire Diaries audition videos. This is a 12-minute and 12-second video posted by 90210 Bronte? I don't know. 8.85K subscribers. This was posted back November 28th, 2011 with 3.3 million views. And yeah, we're going to check this out and just kind of watch some of the audition tapes from some of these characters that we all know and love. If you guys are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day, there's a reaction. Links in the description box for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. All 8 seasons are up on my channel for you guys to watch, as well on the Patreon for the uncut editions. And since this is such a long video, we're just going to go ahead and just get right into it. Jerry does his best work behind the scenes, and let's peep out some auditions from our peeps, shall we?
The very first thing the network said to us was,
here's her goof-neck ass.
Stars. You don't need stars. You don't need name casting. You don't need stunt casting. You find who you want to bring these characters to life, because you've got books and you've got a genre that people are already into, and so we've got our hook. The show is the hook.
This is one of the best casts I've ever had. I mean, I have been super lucky.
Is that John Gilbert's dad?
My career to have, such good ensemble cast. I struck gold with the Dawson's Creek cast, and I feel like this one is another example of striking gold.
I genuinely feel like they did strike gold with this cast, by the way.
There's nothing
100%.
really glamorous about the audition life. If you're an actor watching this, you know.
So Gramps tells me how I'm psychic because we're descendants of the Celtic druids. I know. It's crazy, right? I wasn't buying it either until I remembered my
The whole auditioning process was pretty...
Bonnie talking 10,000 miles a minute? Oh my god. So apparently we're descendants from like witches or something?
It was long and difficult, and they really made us work for it.
Oh man, it was definitely a big process.
It's one of the most exciting / nerve-wracking things.
She's so pretty.
That's the crazy thing about this job in the business. It could just like, everything just changes so quickly.
Mr.
Stakes are
Schwartzman.
really high.
What's up,
You
Damon?
realize if I screw this up, I'm not gonna get this show.
The whole casting process of Vampire Diaries has been interesting.
Went in, you hope for the best. You do the work outside the room. It's not something like, oh, I got discovered at a supermarket. I envy the actors that have it like that. No, I just auditioned like the hundreds of other people.
Bonnie's voice is so different.
When I first heard that they were casting for Vampire Diaries, I knew it was based off a book, and I went and I bought it.
I read the first 4 novels.
Jenna!
I really wanted to get that source material. I really wanted to make sure that I had as much sort of knowledge as I could possibly attain.
I actually didn't know about the Vampire Diaries series. I don't know how. Everyone else seemed to know about it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know it was a book until like season 2. Somebody commented and was like, this is a book, right? And I was like, makes sense, I guess.
Jenna, what about your sister?
Casting
Alaric
the rest of our
and Jenna,
supporting
bro.
characters, believe it or not. The ensemble was very, very, very easy.
They had all the girls audition for Elena regardless, just to kind of categorize where they wanted to put each actress later on when they were breaking everything down. I think they did something similar with the boys as well.
You okay?
Were you following me?
No, I mean, yeah, sort of, but I saw you fall.
Yo, that hairdo. First of all, this cast, the way everybody was placed was perfect. I cannot see Matt playing Stefan in the slightest bit. That actually is fucking hysterical.
I originally went in for Damon, and I got done reading it, and Kevin was like, that was great, but why are you here for Damon?
Zach came in and wasn't really right for Stefan. Definitely wasn't right for Damon.
Right.
And then we said he should be Tyler, because Tyler's a jerk. He's a real badass.
Get away.
And to see Zach do that would be awesome.
After some talks with Kevin, I told him that I really liked Matt, and because I haven't got to play that many nice guys.
We looked at those pretty blue eyes and the way he smiles.
Matty
Said,
Blue
okay,
Eyes.
That can be Matt.
Yeah, 100%
Absolutely.
Matt.
Vic, what a tag team in the woods.
And then you fucking ruined his character.
My cousins told me that Matt in the books was a nice guy, but like very soft. And so I didn't really want to read the books and kind of have like a predetermined way of Matt. I wanted to maybe, have Matt still be a really nice guy that's endearing and honest, but also at the same time have a strong backbone.
Who knew you and me?
Well, who knew you could be fun?
Candace Accola came in and read for Caroline, and we went, oh, God, of course. Like, how could you make any other choice?
You got all that.
Look how fucking pretty she is,
All
dude.
that between bells after third period.
Candace is such a wonderful find, and she's such a talented actress, and she just keeps showing us that she's capable of comedy, she's capable of drama. She has that ability to sort of
she's
make
so
you laugh and cry.
pretty.
in the same
I
line of
love her.
dialogue. And when an actress can do that, she's special.
That's true. I'm shallow. I am worse than shallow. I'm a kiddie pool.
I loved Caroline and Matt together so much. I really did.
Yeah, I know what's wrong with me, but what's with you? So your mom, your dad, your golden retriever of a brother?
I think Stephen McQueen came in and read for the role of Jeremy on the second day of casting and had the part
perfect
pretty much once he walked out of the room.
Come on, stop. You gotta chill out, okay? I love the character Jeremy. He had all these pent-up issues. He had addiction problems. He was fighting against the world at all times.
That was one of the simpler roles to cast.
Walk away, Gilbert.
Shut your dumb ass up.
It's your final warning.
No, this is your final warning, Dick. I'm sick of watching you play Vicky. If you hurt her one more time, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Yeah, you fucking creep. I wish Jeremy would have killed him.
Death. No, wait.
Catalina
Bon
Graham,
Bon.
who's just this like bubbly light of wonderful, beautiful energy, came in, and she had that part right away.
Yeah, is that why you want to kill her off?
You should go. Don't sit home. You're doing good.
Jenna!
I sort of got right onto the tail end of the auditions for the Vampire Diaries. We thought that all the roles had been cast.
Sarah Canning, who plays Aunt Jenna, read on tape in Vancouver, and we cast her off the tape because she was so good.
4 months ago, I didn't even know how to take care of a plant. So I'm not pretending to be some expert on parenting. Because, let's face it, I'm better at being the cool aunt who looks the other way.
It's true.
But the jig is up.
She gives heavy aunt
School
vibes.
started, and I know how it can go one way or the other for someone like you.
Step aunt,
So
what are
we're
you
gonna go
doing?
textbook on this one. Julie kind of really pushed for me. I owe it all to Julie and Kevin, really. I'm not gonna invite you in. Forget it.
Come on, Jenna.
Shut up, fucking gooseneck. I hated that motherfucker. Speaking of hatred.
Sorry. I went in a few times in the audition room, met with Kevin and Julie, and discussed certain roles and where they thought that I felt in better.
Michael Trevino's a terrific actor. He's very skilled, he's very talented, he's very well trained, and he's capable of almost anything.
He's very good at doing this. And just staring into the goddamn camera.
Michael Trevino, when he came in and read for Tyler, he's just perfect. He embodies that arrogant, privileged bully really well.
And it wasn't, given to me. I definitely had to fight for Tyler.
Don't look so down. You can have it when I'm done.
So we had this wonderful, easy
I miss
time
season 1.
casting the rest of the show. And then there was Elena, Stefan, and Damon.
Yeah, your big
We
three
didn't want
piece.
to necessarily cast the boys until we knew for sure we had the girl, and we couldn't completely cast the girl until we sort of knew we had the boys, and so it was one of those, which comes first?
It was definitely a long process.
Yeah, it's trying to be an understatement.
Nina Dobrev was the first person who had her part of the threesome.
Once we sort of zeroed in on her, it was done. It was done. She was Elena.
When I first got the part and it was announced that I was playing Elena, so many people were outraged that I wasn't blonde, and they were saying, is she gonna dye her hair? Like, this can't be possible.
L.J. Smith, the novelist of the Vampire Diaries, spends a lot of time talking about Elena's beautiful blonde hair, and everybody who knew the books first always saw Elena with blonde hair.
Well, not exactly the case right here.
I don't think she would rock blonde hair that well, to be honest.
Truthfully, when we set out to cast Elena, we were hoping we would find a beautiful blonde actress to become our Elena.
I absolutely 100% understand why the fans were upset that Elena wasn't blonde. That being said, we have to build a television series that can run for many years, and it hinges around the actress who brings Elena to life. It was a sacrifice.
Yeah, until she walks after the 6th season. So I kind of get this. I had an ex tell me about one of her books that became a movie. She was really upset about the hair color change because they spend so much time describing and going into detail about the hair color. So I can get people who are huge fans of the books being upset with her not having it. But at the same time, you make switches like that. You make changes. It's just like MJ in the new Spider-Man. People outraged over that with Zendaya being MJ. It's like, bro, just shut up and fucking go with the flow. Just go with the flow. It works perfectly. Just let it be, okay? Two different entities. Okay, thank you.
That had to be made, and we're not sorry.
You need to chill yourself.
Chill myself. Oh, okay, I get it. It's stoner talk. Dude, you're so cool.
When Nina came in and sort of showed us what she could do, then we're just like, she's the girl to beat.
Bro, let me be
and
an
then
actor.
The blonde-haired actress walked in and beat her.
We knew how special Nina was, and there was no looking
Yeah, get the Stefan and Damon.
Then Damon and Stefan had to be cast.
We couldn't find the chemistry. We couldn't find the right actors to embody either of those roles.
We had sort of seen a lot of actors, and we could not find a Damon.
Somewhere in the midst of all that, we got a call saying that Ian Somerhalder would be interested in talking about the role of Damon.
Let me tell you something that, like, Ian is Damon, like 100% through and through. There is nobody else I think that can play Damon.
This whole journey of being cast was, another whole story.
It was about 7 days or 10 days of just really intense meetings and nail chewing, and because when you want something, you want it.
Why are you here?
I can ask you the very same question, but
I like how he's already wearing a ring.
that your answer could be summed up in one little word. Elena.
He came in and he met with us and we talked to him and we were convinced this was our guy, total home run. And then he went in front of the studio and the network to get the job officially.
Kevin and Julie in the studio, they were all fighting for us, who they wanted.
But the minute we cast him, everybody came out of the woodwork. Press, bloggers, internet, like, oh my God, perfect choice. And I think that set everybody's mind at
I thought
ease.
she was about to go in a different direction.
I'm Damon, Stefan's brother.
He didn't tell me he had a brother.
Well, Stefan's not one to brag. Please, come. I'm sure Stefan will be along any second.
He is so good in this part that seeing
He really
thinking
is.
of
It's
anybody
perfect.
else in that role,
You
just
can't.
can't even consider it.
Can't do it. Hello, brother.
Hello, brother.
Damon.
The very last
forgot
role
Stefan had short
to
hair like that.
cast of our series was Stefan.
For the pilot and the TV series to work, the relationship between Elena and Stefan had to be magic.
It's such an ordeal.
We had Nina read opposite probably 30, 40, 50, I don't even know, too many different guys.
I'm sorry, were you going somewhere?
Yeah, I was just heading to see some friends, but did you want to come?
Sure. It was quite the process.
We saw Paul Wesley probably, I think he came in 9 times.
I just remember he had this sort of old soul, historic feeling about him. He's very brooding and very...
Yeah, he's a
just
fucking
knows that he
vampire.
lived.
Originally, they asked me to read for Damon. And I gladly, went to read for Damon, but I always had this, like, in my mind, Stefan was a character that I wanted to play.
Oh, hi.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, I was about to knock.
I would really like to see the other people's auditions to kind of like pinpoint from like my viewer standpoint about who may have fit the role better. But I think the casting is just...
So then he came in and read for Stefan halfway through casting for Peter Roth at Warner Brothers, and Peter said, "That's your guy." Okay, like, is that our guy? And Ken was like, "I don't know, is that our guy?" I'm like, "He is our guy." Like, we gotta shoot.
It was about a week in that Paul Wesley did his first scene.
Here comes
There's a
that
scene
tone in the back.
where Elena was running in the cemetery, and he's there out of nowhere.
Were you following me?
And the sun's just hitting him so perfectly, and his eyes are beautifully green, and he's just staring at her.
Not
and
that
she's
green.
staring up at him.
I'm Elena.
I'm Stefan.
I know. We have history together.
It was phenomenal. It was
I love that
phenomenal.
line. We have
Kevin and I
history
both went,
together. You will.
He's our guy.
You will have
He is
history
our
together.
guy. Oh my God, he is our
Oh
guy.
my
The look
boy.
on her face, the way they connected in those moments, that's what worked for me.
I said to myself, this is phenomenal. There is real chemistry between Paul Wesley and Nina Dobrev.
Frankly, I can only apologize to the world for it taking us that long to even realize how spectacular he was.
Are you okay?
You should go.
Really, it's nothing.
Just a little bit of blood.
It really worked out in a way that it was kind of like the universe and the stars.
It's just been a wonderful experience.
A Lord
from day
Extortion.
one, so it couldn't have been a better outcome.
We've really sort of come into our own, in a sense.
Everything just sort of came together.
I mean, the rest is history.
Is that it? I mean, listen. I just said it. I think all the casting that they did was perfect. Everything was nice and well put together. I mean, there's a couple people here and there overall that you could probably cast a little better, like some of the side characters. Um, but I think the casting was done just right, and you really can't. Once you watch a show, you really can't pinpoint who would fill the role better because the people casting is going to do a phenomenal job. Same thing with Game of Thrones, but then you have an example of Game of Thrones with I can't think of little buddy's name, but when they switch people in the same role, like they switch an actor, the dude that was with who was with Danny, like that guy picked it up and ran with it. So I don't know. It's more so the actor's ability to act more than anything that really solidifies them as the character. Ian is 100% Damon. Paul is 100% Stefan. Nina is 100% Elena. Everybody fits their role perfectly, and there's not somebody in the cast where you could like flip flop and swap them around. There's some shows where you could like pinpoint a couple characters and be like, ooh, he would have been good playing this, or they would have been good playing this, and vice versa. This is more of like, yeah, like this is who they were supposed to play. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Watching Matt actually audition for Stefan is hilarious. That's a highlight right there. But yeah, it was auditioned perfectly. It was a beautiful show. I like that. I heard somebody told me Tara was the girl that initially auditioned. One of the people auditioned for Elena and ends up getting to be a nurse at one point. I thought that's phenomenal to bring her in. Same deal with Reina Cruz, who a lot of people have said that could have possibly been another Elena doppelganger, or Tara could have been an Elena doppelganger. Reina being a doppelganger would have been perfect. I've mentioned it before. Reina being a doppelganger of Elena would have been absolutely amazing, simply because being this all-powerful huntress, basically, and Jeremy having the bloodline and him to be one of the five, it just would have tied everything together so perfectly. And yeah, this is a phenomenal video. I'm going to have the link to this. You can watch it uncut in the description box in case I talked over a little too much for you. If you guys want to watch anything else I have, everything will pop up here in a second. If you want to watch it on Patreon, uncut, it's there. First, Season 1, Episode 1, and Season 8, Episode 16 are both on Patreon for free, as well as Season 5, Episode 22, because I got deleted from YouTube. And on that note, I'm going to go and head out before this gets even closer to 20 minutes. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.